Hello, I'm Claire. Thank you for watching and thank you for pressing the red button. Hiya.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, she's good.
Well, in terms of filming, for me, this was my favourite episode because it involved, I had to play tennis. We played 3 days of tennis with a little bit of filming in between. And then at the end, I have a fight. At least I try and restrain Fraser James, actually, from having a fight.
That's rich.
You calling me a cheat?
Yeah.
With Mike Fenton Stevens.
I play for my county.
Which county was that then? Lancashire?
And it was great to film. It was tremendous to film.
Oh.
There was a slight problem with it, which was that we were meant to get a reaction from the kids when they... I mean, the point of it is that you see adults fighting and the kids are sort of horrified that the adults are behaving like children. And in fact, they weren't horrified at all. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. Quite often in the filming, actually, they're not... Because the kids don't ever see a script, you're relying on their first reaction. And sometimes they don't give you the reaction you're thinking you're going to get.
Well, it's probably not your fault. It's probably just a bad day for posting. No, it's you. Daddy's saying.
And Michael Fenton Stevens actually did it so well that he did... At one point, I thought, you are going to explode.
Go on! Go on! Dock points for that! I don't care!
He just
With
went
rage?
so sort of red.
Go to the devil!
It was brilliant, actually.
I wish I'd been there that day. I wasn't there. I'd gone shopping.
There was that moment where Karen was asking why women couldn't grow beards, and she thought this was terribly unfair. When we did the recording of it, she thought this was even more unfair, and there's a much longer scene.
I think the world is unfair to women.
Well, absolutely. I think you're right. Often it is.
Because women can't grow moustaches or beards.
Well, hardly ever. Although your Auntie Brenda is a bit of an exception. Do you want to grow a beard?
Well, I might want to be a tugboat captain or an Ayatollah.
Well, you'd make a very good Ayatollah. Anyway, women can do things that men can't do. Women can have babies.
Yes, but I'd rather have a beard or a moustache than a baby, because then you could just shave it off if you change your mind. And you can't do that with a baby. And the eyelashes count as hair, because if you feel your hair and then you feel your eyelashes, they don't feel at all the same.
No, they feel a bit stronger, don't they? I think you lose lots of eyelashes as well as hair.
What are your eyelashes for?
They're for protecting your eyes.
Why do we have eyebrows?
Same thing, they're to protect your eyes as well.
But if eyebrows are to protect your eyes, then why do women pluck them?
Well, I suppose women pluck them into what they consider a more attractive shape. It's to make them more attractive to men, I suppose.
But what if you make them really small and then they're for nothing?
Well, some people do over-pluck their eyebrows and then they're left with nothing, and then you have to draw them on.
But those people are idiots, because you have eyebrows to start with, then you shave them off and then you draw them back on. Why not just keep them at the beginning?
Do not disturb.
All right, guys.
Ben, don't shoot things at people.
Daniel also did a bit more about all the animals that you can keep in a beard.
If you had a really long beard like Blackbeard, it'd be really cool because you could, like, put little animals in there. Like you're attacking, so whenever you had an enemy walking up to you, a little ferret would pop out of your beard and bite it.
In your beard?
But, like...
Don't try and put that in.
Oh.
So you'd have them trained and you'd walk around with livestock in your beard?
You could have a spitting cobra, which has been painted to make it look like part of your beard, and then it goes... and then... Or you could have a chameleon, which looks like part of your beard as well. You could have a scorpion, which hides in the back of your beard, and because it's so dark, it looks like your beard anyway. And then it just scuttles out and goes like that, and it goes...
So you would fill your beard with attack animals?
And there was a bit which we couldn't find room for, where he talked about a tumour that grows hair and teeth, which he got out of a science fact book, which made a few jaws drop.
Yes, I think that might have been a bit too upsetting to show it, unless we were a long way past the watershed.
Yeah, it was very funny though.
The change in all of the children, but particularly Tiger, from Series 1 to Series 3, when he turned up for filming Series 3, he's 2 inches taller than me. He's got a voice right down there.
Jake, do you know what the objectification of women is?
Foreign film?
No, it's not a foreign film.
When we were doing, we did one for Comic Relief, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
And his voice was right in the middle of, he had the classic thing going on, which was fantastic, actually.
Right.
Tiger, favourite moment from the series?
When I jumped over the sofa and nearly killed her. It was so close. I'll never get another chance.
Girls like to be admired.
They like to be admired, yes, but as a person, not as a sexual object.
We thought we'd tackle the problem from a parenting point of view of when a boy is sort of crash landing into puberty. We felt it was interesting because the mum and dad have slightly different attitudes. The dad's attitude is, well, he's a boy, he's going to stare at the Pussycat Dolls. You can't do anything about that. But the mum worries that maybe he's turning into sort of a prototype male sexiest pig.
And it's great how the writing's changed with it, and in this series and this episode as well, that I like the change of the relationship between Sue and Jake. I like it because it's kind of more, it feels like more, I don't know, there's something more equal about it.
So we had to sort of throw our minds back to our adolescence, back in the 1930s or whenever that was. No.
Yeah.
But there's that sort of proper son-mother competitiveness as well, isn't there? Where he is genuinely delighted to be taller than you now.
Oh yes, you kept calling me Titch and sort of patting my head and that kind of thing.
Milk!
Oh, sorry.
We thought, I think, when we first arrived, we didn't even think that Tiger would be the one who changed most. Actually, I thought that Ramona would have changed most.
Daddy, you're... Whoa!
Ben, what are you doing?
But in fact, it was Tiger.
It's funny because in my own, I'm having to do that with my son. He's younger. He's 3 years younger than Jake's character. But that whole kind of, he's referring to women as, hot already. And I'm thinking, God, you're 10. When did that start? He doesn't even really know what it means, but he's kind of picked it up.
Yeah. But Tiger's also doing this thing where, because he's not allowed to he's not allowed to text while he's being tutored. So what he would do, so before takes here, quite often, when the camera's about to run, he's sort of sitting with his back and then suddenly stuffs it into his skin-tight jeans, and we start the scene.